Triple Captain is active, and this is why I don't think I'm wildcarding in game week 6. But how have I gone for free with no hits from Mark Gee, who found the 10 million to get to Erling Haaland? Well, I've already used 2 free transfers this game week. I made Saturday night moves. I'm set for game week 6, and I'm about to show you how I'm shaping up my team. We're going to talk wildcard. We're going to talk triple captain as well. In the interests of consistency, guys, we've got to touch on game week 5. I wanted a grey arrow. I got a grey arrow. I knew it wasn't going to be a good one. Loads are on bench boost. Loads of wildcarded in the last fortnight. With no chips in play for me, I'm happy with how things went. Senesi, Williams, Reinders, all with 9 or 10 pointers. Sanchez frustratingly light. It was a 50-50 call. And this season, if Gianni makes a 50-50 call, it only ever goes the wrong way. Sanchez to Dubravka, that's a 7-point swing that really hurt. Elsewhere, Virt, Elliott, Watkins, you're stinking up the place. But look, let's move on to game week 6, shall we? Let me know in the comments how you guys got on. Hopefully you had a better week than I did. But I am confident looking into game week 6. Haaland's in. 2 free transfers made. Yeah, and Salah's kept his place too. Spoiler alert there. The fixture ticker is always a good place to start if you're on wildcard or on a chip. We're going to use this a lot this week when I'm going to do separate videos on things like why I think triple captain and where the other opportunities lie, why I think wildcard windows are actually not just 6 and 12, but there's a fair few good windows. So check out Fantasy Football Scout members area for that juicy stuff. There's a QR code on screen. Interesting, Arsenal right at the top of the ticker. Need to start buying their players. But look, what have I done here and now? On Saturday night, I made the transfer of Virt to a 4.4, Lewis Miley, who actually randomly got a start on game week 5. Didn't expect that. He's going to be third bench. He's never going to play. I could have gone to 4.5 Josh King, but that 0.1 matters. I'll tell you why in a minute. So Lewis Miley, I've used bench boost, so I can have a dead spot. He's my dead spot. Mark Gee, who was my dead spot, has become Erling Haaland. Mark Gee dropped in price to 4.3 on Saturday night. I did this transfer before. Haaland's going to go up this week. Mark Gee's already gone down. It saves me money. And I had the 2 free transfers. I've been planning this for a long time. That's why I haven't had players like Bruno and Semenyo for my Palmer replacement. I went all the way down to an enabler in Harvey Elliott so I can get to Haaland for free. So in game week 6, I don't feel the pressure that I need to wildcard or take hits or have that horrible dilemma about Salah versus Haaland, right? Now, we'll talk captaincy in a second, triple captaincy. But first, if you're going to do one thing in today's video, I would love you to hit that subscribe button. If you've watched any of my preseason content and want to support me further, just check you're subscribed. And if you are already subbed, then hit that notification bell so you see when my videos come out. And of course, the like button as well. Drop a comment if you've got a question and let me know what chip strategy you're on. I think most are on wildcard. Okay, so let's see my team and how I shape up. Franchise made. This is great doing this on a Sunday, Monday. Before we do, guys, triple captaincy. I'm going to do a separate video this week on triple captaincy, and I'm going to look at all of the slots we can use for a Salah or a Haaland and why. All I'd say right here, right now is this feels like too good an opportunity because Haaland has no midweek fixture. Well, he does. He's got Huddersfield. If he plays against Huddersfield, maybe I'll take it off him. But if he's rested against Huddersfield, and I fully expect him to be rested versus Huddersfield, he goes into Burnley with a full midweek, training/off. No Champions League. When he plays Sunderland in a few weeks' time, he's got Real Madrid a few days before that. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is perfect. It's a home fixture against, I think, the best opposition. We shouldn't just say newly promoted teams, because Sunderland, Leeds and Burnley have been all right. Let's not disrespect them like perhaps we have in years gone by with newly promoted teams. I would throw West Ham fixtures at home, Wolves fixtures at home into the mix. Leeds, Burnley, probably not Sunderland. But I still think this is the best one. Burnley at home with a full midweek. Before the injuries kick in and the fixture congestion kicks in, he is fresh. We've just seen him score against Arsenal. Came off in the 75th minute, which I thought was interesting. Clearly, 3 games in 8 days. He's approaching the red zone and Pep needs to protect him. But I think triple captain's a great opportunity. Of course, if you're on wildcard or you're on free hit or you're on bench boost, you can't triple captain. You can only use 1 chip a week, which is why I really like this. I'll do a separate triple captain video on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm pretty sure I'm pulling the trigger. I've already hit it. You can revert it. So I'm excited by this. And let me know if you're there too. I expect many won't be able to because they'll be on wildcard. Guys, I've got to tell you about, if you're not already on this football app, get it on your phone. For me, it's the best football app on the market. I've put the QR code there on the far right. I'll leave that there for the rest of the show. But OneFootball is the GOAT football app for Champions League, for Premier League, for all the leagues, whether it's video clips, news stories, alerts, data, it's the GOAT football app. I would genuinely, I have said this for ages. If you're not already downloading it, give it a go. It's free. Get it on the home screen of your phone. If you don't like it, you just remove it. But I'm sure you've all got football apps. Not all of you have got OneFootball. I think you'll prefer OneFootball to the other one you use, or the other one you use. Give it a go. It's got the video clips of all Premier League games. If you missed the games, just want 2-minute highlights, bang, there it is. I love it for that. I love it for so many reasons. All right, my team. Here we go. Right, transfers made. You've seen what I've done, right? So Guiu came out, Haaland came in, and then we took Wirtz out to Lewis Miley. So at the moment, I'm set up in a 4-3-3. Now, does this look like a team that you should wildcard? And that's a genuine question. Wildcard is still an option for me this week. I could take triple captaincy off and hit the wildcard button, but I think I'm 10% likely to do it. I don't see myself doing this. Now, currently, I've got 0 free transfers and 0.5 in the bank. I would like to improve Sanchez. Sanchez is going to start, well, he's available in game week 6. The suspension is 1 game and it's midweek. But I could go to Raya. Raya is going up in price though, and I'd have to make that move tonight. And I don't really want to be taking a hit. But let me tell you my team first, and then let's go through the team and I'll talk about if I'm wildcarding, how many of them come out. So as things stand, I look at the fixtures they have for game week 6, and there's lots of players in this team. In fact, let's do it now. There's players in this team I don't know if I carry on wildcard. Do I carry Sanchez on wildcard? Absolutely not. Brighton at home's a good fixture. Do I carry Munoz? Maybe not, but I don't mind him for Liverpool because he's DEFCON potential there. Senesi I've just brought in, brilliant. Pedro Porro, I definitely don't carry him on wildcard. Good fixture this week. Nico Williams, do I carry him on wildcard? Absolutely not. You don't want a Forest defender, but this week against Sunderland looks good. So straight away, players like Pedro Porro, Nico Williams, Sanchez, yeah, look good this week. I could wildcard, and this team could outperform it. Mo Salah, everyone is dropping. Let's talk Salah in a minute. Dewsbury Hall, do I drop on wildcard? Probably not, or Reinders, they both stay. Watkins, I definitely drop. And again, he could produce something against Fulham. Not ideal. João Pedro, probably keep. But there's a fair few players here that would give me a bit of a headache. I like the fact I can have Haaland and Salah. The big question now, for most of you guys watching, reminder, that QR code I'm going to keep on screen. The big question is Haaland or Salah? But for me, that question needs to be extended. Is Haaland or Salah or both? It's certainly not neither, by the way. It might just be both. But people are taking a huge amount of comfort in the fact that their favourite content creators, and most of the content creators, are ditching Salah for Haaland. Ordinarily, we hear news that you're going without Salah ahead of Crystal Palace away and read mediocre fixtures. And we go, why would you do that? Wow, that's scary. He's 55% owned. Why would you ditch Salah? But because everyone else is doing it, there's a bit of a herd mentality. There's a comfort blanket. I can ditch Salah because everyone else is. How about I can't ditch Salah because he's going to get loads of points? Now, I'm not saying you have to keep Mo Salah. Christ, I might not keep Mo Salah for long. But I want to experiment with both in my team because I still think Haaland and Salah are the best 2 players in the game. It's a non-negotiable. You need Haaland in your team next week. And of course, you can ditch Mo Salah. But when we look ahead to the Liverpool fixtures, I would argue Salah is still a good long-term hold. Crystal Palace away, he's got previous there. Chelsea away is going to be tough. Man United at Anfield, great fixture for Mo Salah. Brentford, Villa, Man City, Forest. I don't think that's a bad run. It's mediocre in the table, but we saw against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League. You play good opposition and you Mo Salah, you step up. I think it's really risky. Everyone's selling him. I'm very happy to keep him. And I know that means no Bruno Fernandes, no Semenyo. Those players have hurt me in the last couple of weeks. But this is now where I think I have my fun in game week 6, 7, 8. Well, hopefully those players are quieter, but having the double up could work. If you can get to both, or if you're on wildcard, I think you should genuinely consider both of these guys in your team. Now, I've been planning it since game week 3, so of course I can do it for free, and I don't want you guys taking hits unnecessarily. But I think Mo Salah is a really risky sell this week, and I'm surprised so many are really happy to do it, actually. Really happy to do it. And I think it's because of that herd mentality. And there's nothing wrong with herd mentality. This is not a criticism of anyone that thinks they're doing it for that reason. I've been there, I've done it. But I would just encourage you to take a step back and just evaluate if you're going to be scrambling for Salah in 2 weeks' time because he's gone and scored 3 goals in the last 2 games. And you're like, oh, actually, I need this guy. He's the best player in the game. So look, this is where I'm at. It's both of them. Long term, I've got 0.5 in the bank and I have to target Arsenal. And that's how I'm going to fall behind on the wildcarders. We look at the Arsenal fixtures. Everyone's going to have Arsenal players. And if you're wildcarding now, you're going to have triple Arsenal. I would argue you don't need Arsenal for game week 6, though. Newcastle away is a tough fixture. From 7, you do. And my plan would be Watkins to Gyökeres and an Arsenal defender in 7. Maybe Arsenal defender in 7, Gyökeres in 8. I don't know. Or maybe I even wildcard in 7 or 8. Who knows? But for me, wildcard does not work right here, right now. Again, later this week, I will do a wildcard video about other wildcard windows where I could go, as well as what my wildcard team would look like. And we'll compare it to this team. But I would argue this team could be a wildcard team this week, which would include, say, triple Arsenal. So look, I think that's where I'm at with the team. I'm going to do this week a wildcard video, a free hit video. I'm going to do a triple captain video. But I'm going to be triple captaining, I think. And I think I'm 90% sure I'm triple captaining. And I'm 10% likely to wildcard. I'll be using a chip in 6, and it'll be one of those 2. Guys, as always, I really appreciate your support. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Drop a comment below, and I'll see you next time.